Hi, it's Christina at Cemetery of Choice, and today is August 28th. You can figure that attempting to blame an abortion death on an ingrown toenail would not fly. It didn't. That's our second story today. First, I have very little information about the death of a 44-year-old mother of 10 in Chicago. Margaret was an Italian immigrant, and all I have is from the Homicide in Chicago Interactive Database, and you've seen how that is not the most accurate source. Like, share, subscribe. I want to go to Chicago and actually be able to study this and learn from it. Margaret died from a criminal abortion that supposedly was performed the same day, August 28, 1926. A woman named Minnie Miller, alias Minnie Molinaro, was arrested on July 10th. Her profession wasn't given, and I haven't been able to find her anywhere. And she was indicted for felony murder by a grand jury on November 15th, and that's where the trail goes cold for me. Like, share, subscribe. I want to go to Chicago. Now we move forward to where I have a lot of information, and this is 1943 in Oklahoma. And that involves a young couple from Denver. Naomi was 21 years old and the wife of a sailor who was stationed at the Navy base for some reason in Norman, Oklahoma. Why would there be a Navy base in Norman? Never occurred to me until just now that that was really weird. They were from Denver, and Naomi had gone to a Dr. Andrew Young on July 27th of 1943, and she had an ingrown toenail that was infected. Now, it was noted as minor, but also he verified that she was pregnant. So Naomi told her husband that she wanted to do something about the pregnancy. She even admitted to him that she drunk some turpentine to try to cause an abortion, but it just vomited back up. And Donald really objected to the idea of an abortion. And on August 16th, he found a note from his wife saying that she was at the home of Lena Griffin Smith, a 63-year-old maternity nurse in Oklahoma City. Donald went there and found his wife in a lot of pain. He went and got a medical officer from the base who went with him to the house and found that Naomi was pretty sick. They had Naomi taken to a hospital by ambulance. Donald rode along to the hospital with his wife. So they went to the base hospital. Police raided Smith's practice at 2134 Hardin Drive. The news said that Smith was literally caught red-handed with blood on her hands from an abortion she just completed, but I think that was a bit of hyperbole there because the woman herself was recuperating in bed. I get the feeling that Mrs. Smith had managed to wash her hands after that. Police made Smith return the woman's abortion fee of $200, which is a little over $3,000 in 2020 dollars. They took the woman to a hospital. Later that night, she gave birth to an infant that died within an hour, and Smith was charged with first-degree manslaughter for the baby's death. Now, Smith confessed that she'd been running an abortion business for about 15 years, said that she'd performed plenty of abortions, and this was the first death. She had an accomplice named Pearl Green, who was also a nurse. Now, Smith had attended medical school for 2 years, but had never actually become a doctor. Let's go back to the hospital. On August 19th, a Navy doctor examined Naomi and found she had a fever of 103 degrees and an infection that appeared to have started in her uterus. He administered sulfa drugs and blood transfusions, but despite all the efforts, Naomi died of septicemia on August 28th. And her body was taken home to Colorado for burial. Smith's defense claimed that Naomi had already been feverish from the infected ingrown toenail, and that this, rather than the abortion, was what had killed her. But the jury found Smith guilty of manslaughter and recommended a 10-year sentence. She was also charged with attempting to conceal the death of a child at around that same time. Police had pulled over an associate of hers, I think he was her gardener or something, pulled him over for drunk driving and found the body of a baby wrapped in newspaper in the car. Apparently, the baby had survived an abortion attempt on its 17-year-old mother at Smith's home and had died, and Smith was having her gardener, I think it was her gardener, get rid of the baby. And so Smith wound up dead in prison. Naomi wound up buried back in Denver. And Donald, I guess, got on with his life.